Hello, social media. Hello to all of you. Welcome to Lakita T. Sharp's famous exclusive inspirational channel. Welcome to one of the greatest shows in the universe. So I welcome you. Hello to all of you. I am so happy that you guys are here and that you have decided to join me on today. Happy New Year to all of you. Happy 2026. You guys, I stopped by to do another video before I have my downtime. So anyway, check out all of my books over at Amazon.com. There are over 100 books for you to choose from over in my name. Check out my brand new book, Energy, and check out my other brand new book, How to Navigate When You Are Getting a Divorce. How to Navigate When You Are Getting a Divorce. And the other one is, sorry you guys, something was scary on TV or whatever. But anyway, and the other one is called Energy. Energy. Okay, so you guys, let us go. It is 10:56 p.m. and it is Thursday, January 1st, New Year's Day. So I hope you guys are enjoying your New Year's. I hope it's going in the way that you wanted to go and it's moving in the positive way. So anyway, so let us go. A woman has two brains. A woman has two brains. And the first one is what? A reality brain. Reality brain. And the second one is what? Can you guys guess what the second one is? Can anybody guess what the second one is? The second one is a fantasy brain. You have the fantasy brain and you have the reality brain. You have the two brains that inside of the woman. So you have the woman that dreams and dreams and dreams of getting married, and she's dreaming of getting married and expecting that her husband is going to be this perfect little knight and shining armor to just take her away, and thinking that, you know, the man is perfect, but comes to find out that the man is either has an addiction to alcohol, has an addiction to porn, has an addiction, a mental addiction or a problem with him, or an addiction to gambling or addiction to certain kinds of things. You realize and find out that, oh, your prince and your shining armor is not the perfect person that you thought they may be. You know, a woman is, you know, from a little age, a woman is prepped to be a wife, you know, giving her, you know, Barbie dolls and, you know, giving her Barbie dolls. Speaking of Barbie dolls, I have one right here. Giving her Barbie dolls and prepping her for babies and to prep her as a mom and prep her as a wife or whatever like that. So you have this, you know, this fantasy that you just go off into the fairy tale. And, you know, one thing, you know, the woman with the fantasy brain, you dream of having this fantasy wedding, and, you know, life comes after that wedding. You can have the fantasy all day long and the fantasy wedding, but the wedding, like my parents told me, my father-in-law, the wedding, the marriage began after that wedding. You know, you have that one day of fairy tale, but after that wedding, oh my God, does the games begin? Does the real marriage begin? And I am here to say to you that, you know, you got to remember that you have a fantasy brain and you have a reality brain. So remember, when you're thinking, you may be thinking about all these different things. You have to, you know, it's like when you meet, it's been times I have met someone, right? I have met a man, right? And meeting him, I'm like, oh my God. Oh, are we going to get married? Are we going to have children? Are we going to go here? Are we going to go away together and just go and travel together? My whole fantasy brain has imagined all of these different things, and the guy hasn't even asked me out yet. He hasn't even, all he wanted was my phone number. That's it. And I'm sitting here and I'm fantasizing about the whole 9 yards. Like, oh my God, he may want me to be a mother to his children, or maybe want me to do this. The guy hasn't even asked me out yet. So here I am, the fantasy brain is just mentioning all of these different things, and it's just funny. So I just want you to know, when you're thinking about things, remember, that's the fantasy part of your brain. And then you have the reality. So just know that you have your reality and your fantasy. As a dreamer and being a dream girl, as a woman who chases her dream and is a dream girl, well, first of all, I live in fantasy all the time. My life is fantasy. I live in fantasy. My life is in fantasy, but I know I am in reality. I live in reality, but yet I live in fantasy because I have faith. I have faith, and God says in His Word that we don't live by what we see, but we live by what we believe. We live by what we believe, which is our faith. So we walk by faith and not by sight per se. So that's another video in itself. But, I just want you to know that when you are thinking about things, you may have the fantasy part of things, and then you may have the reality part of, things. Okay? So I want you to know that a woman has two brains, the reality and the fantasy brain. So you may be thinking, oh my God, I want to have children, and they're just going to be these perfect little children and these perfect little babies, and then they come and they are monsters. I'm sorry to say, but have you ever hopefully this doesn't happen, but you can have a baby and they turn out to be, you're like, why did I have children? Have you ever said, why did I get married? Oh my God, I wrote a book titled, Why Did I Get Married to You? Wrote the book and wrote it. Worked hard and wrote it. You're like, why did I have children? Why? Why did I get married? And you're like, your fantasy is thinking perfection, right? But although we ourselves are not perfected, we're constantly perfecting and constantly getting better, constantly growing, constantly becoming, constantly being better people. Yes. Yep. So, a woman has two brains, a fantasy, a reality, and a fantasy. And sometimes the fantasy brain can take over the reality. When I was with my husband, he lived in reality. I lived in fantasy and partially reality, but mostly fantasy. And he used to always say, hey, I need you to put on your reality brain. That is the fantasy part, but I need you to put on the reality brain. But I gotta say that through my reality brain, I think he even shocked as well. But I was like, at one point, my car broke down. I needed a car, right? And I prayed and prayed for my car to show up. And oh my God, my husband was like, you think that car is going to fall from the sky? Well, let me tell you, when we separated, I received a car that I didn't have to pay for. The car fell from where it didn't literally fall from the sky, but God blessed somebody to be a blessing to me, and they blessed me with a brand new car. Didn't have to pay a dime. What? So that fantasy and that faith is sometimes, hey, if you believe what you receive, you believe you will receive. So I am here to say to you, there's two parts of a woman's brain. So yeah, the fantasy brain and the reality. The fantasy and the reality. So I hope you get where I'm going, but I just want you to be recognizing that sometimes things may not always go the way that you want them to go, or they may be coming out differently, or it might not be, because why? It's like the fantasy of it. You have fantasy, so you got to recognize the fantasy, but no, we are in reality, but you have the fantasy part of things as well. So I just want you to be aware of that and to recognize, okay? So anyway, I love you. Happy New Year to you. Check out all of my books over at Amazon.com. Check out one of my famous memoirs, Unstoppable. Okay, check that out. I also have the Lakita T. Sharp success story. You can purchase that over at Amazon.com. Again, that's the Lakita T. Sharp success story. You can purchase that over at Amazon.com. And check out my new book, Energy. Get that copy of the book as well. So you got enough books to keep you company. I have over 100 books out there so that you can find something to have something to purchase and to take home with you. And a lot of my books are available instantly, so you can get them. So anyway, I will see you in the next video. We are the chosen ones. We do right, we live right. We make a lot of mistakes, but we are the chosen. We are the chosen ones. I will see you in the next video. Bye.